We're the Moth Company. Thank you for joining our charity stream. And I will let you guys go around and we will make a quick list of introductions, starting with Mr. Cato, if you please.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm playing Pato Erkine, the half-orc blood hunter.
All right, and we will head next to our lovely Maya slash Gale.
Is Gail, and I am playing the tiefling fighter Maya Whitlock.
Not to forget our dear PR lady slash close enthusiasm person, Erica slash Urani.
I'm Erica, and I am playing Urani Astradel.
Last and certainly not least is Amy slash Erden, if you'd like to.
Thanks, Garrett.
Oh, okay.
I'm Amy. I'm playing Erden Rivera, human druid.
And
Why
I
do you
am
say our character names?
Yeah, why would I say that? Because it just makes my life a little better. And we need to do that after forgetting to start the stream. I'm Johnny. I am the dungeon master slash guy with a chair. And thank you very much for tuning into the first episode of the Moth Company, even though it started a few minutes late, 20 minutes late. So we will make that up to you through fantastic gameplay.
We didn't mean to. We're sorry.
That was my fault.
On time.
We
We started on time. We just didn't start the stream.
We've been playing for half an hour already, but we will gladly retrace our steps. So I will begin again with a introduction to our lovely, cheery, and always upbeat setting of the Land of Ruin. So, 5 years after the Illithid, or Mind Flayers, as they were commonly known, have razed the earth and brought war to the elves and the humans, and dwarves, and other races of the world, your characters find themselves in the Land of Ruin, a place where the laws of physics have been changed and the landscape has been permanently altered. However, now you find yourself awakening by the flickering light of fire. The squeezing pressure of your bonds becomes apparent on your wrists and on your ankles. Your vision begins to clear from the sides, and you can start to make out your surroundings. A small marketplace in a larger area that has paved stones and tiny, desolate gardens devoid of life. "Awake! They are awake! To the mouth!" a voice says, ringing out from somewhere nearby. You see lanky figures, 4 or 5 of them, dart past your vision, briefly outlined by the large fire sitting 50 feet in front of you, keeping you barely warm against the cold night sky.
Alright, so... Shit.
You're very calm. How are you?
can
We're
say
tied up.
shut again.
I don't know, I find
How are you
myself tied up a
both
lot.
so calm right now?
That's a little
Wait, who are
concerning.
you?
I don't know.
What's
Who
your
are
whole
you?
deal? I'm Cato.
Urani.
Might I add that
Well,
excuse me, all of your belongings are missing except for your bare clothes. So you are only wearing your clothes. Your weapons, armor, and other equipment is gone.
I still think it's good we're wearing clothes at least.
alright,
Yeah, that was
great.
very nice of you. So
Nice.
considerate.
Okay, so I'm just gonna... I did just say I find myself tied up a lot, so I'm gonna try to just rip out of these bonds.
Okay, let's see it.
11?
Okay. With a little bit of difficulty, you're able to tear your wrist from the brittle rope, and after that, you have your left wrist has been freed.
Jesus. Okay, well, I'm gonna start untying myself and try to untie everyone else.
Okay. With a strange lack of difficulty, you're able to untie yourselves. The rope is brittle, it's been frayed many times, and there are actually small micro tears in it, so you're able to free yourselves relatively easily. But it's odd that they would leave the knots so loose?
That's a little suspicious. That's a little suspicious.
Okay, so
We
I'd
should
like to
consider
roll.
stepping lightly from here on out.
All right.
Agree.
Well,
Yes. We must
I'd like to
keep
roll
happening.
insight, I guess, on these goblins, I guess, or whatever those weird voices.
These
were.
creatures, yes, of
Try
course.
and figure out. Yeah, to try and figure out what they are.
Yeah.
5. I got 2. Shout out to the 2 crew.
Shout out to the 2 crew.
Hey.
These are definitely living beings.
Can I try and figure out what these living beings are?
Of course you may. What kind of
What-
question is
What
that?
do you roll? What do you roll again?
Insight, please.
Thank you. Nat 20.
These are, from what you've seen and from what you've been hearing over the past few days you've been captive, you've heard little bits and pieces. You're able to piece together that these are humans, or what passes for human nowadays. And they seem to have some kind of settlement close to here. You're not sure how far, but you've seen people come and go with relative frequency.
Which direction?
They've been going eastbound. They've been going up. Kind of, there's in your line of sight the west way, from what you could tell, based on where the sun rises. The west way is kind of a flatter area, and there's more buildings and large area, large buildings and other things to that side of your vision. And to the east, the streets kind of curve uphill and begin to make a descent. So they've been
Did
coming
you just
from
say
the
the
east.
west is where the sun rises?
That was my mistake. But yes, the sun rises from the west now. Mark it down.
Hey, it's a fantasy
Johnny
world. The
doesn't know
sun
the
can rise
sun.
wherever the fuck Johnny wants it to. Johnny,
Yeah.
God.
I was clarifying. I didn't know if it
Johnny,
was
I'm
actually a
on your
mistake or in this world. The sun rises from the west.
Sun rises from the
Canon
west
now.
now.
The sun rises in the west now. Okay, fine. No.
I
that's-
guess-
Yeah, that's canon.
All right,
Johnny.
continue, please.
Can't
Not
Okay.
let the poor people continue
never
waiting.
mess up again
So
now.
seeing as I have my equipment, I'm gonna look around for something to stab people with.
Same.
Okay, if you guys want to make a perception check
Stab
for me.
or hit or not die.
I'm going to keep an eye out for anyone who might be
Okay.
approaching.
Well, good news, guys. I rolled a 5 again.
Wow, seems like history has a way of repeating itself.
It does.
History has a way of repeating itself.
So, Kato, poking
Yeah.
around Kato, you're able to find a piece of wood that has been long bleached and rotted. It's been completely petrified, but smacking against a rock, you're able to form a crude blade out of it. So it will do 1d4 minus 2
Okay,
damage.
great. I'd like to put it in the fire to light it on fire.
Okay, the piece of wood is now on fire. It will do 1d4 damage, and it is also a small torch.
And then I'm sorry. Before I put it in the fire, I scratch it across my wrist, and the blood in my plasma, the plasma in my blood, electrifies the stick. With my blood
Okay.
abilities, and then I poke it in the fire. So now it does 3d4.
It does 1d4 plus whatever
Wait,
your bonus is.
1d4 lightning, and
Okay.
then
And then
what is the
1d4.
fire?
That's just 1d4 because it was 1d4 minus 2, so 2d4.
Okay,
All right.
2d4, great.
2d4 damage.
I did the same and I rolled a 12.
Okay. Looking around Urani, you are able to find a wine bottle that has been long forgotten. Its label has decayed, and the liquor out of it has been drunk with great abandon, but it is empty, and it is complete. It has not been shattered yet.
I guess I'm gonna try and shatter
Seems
it.
like he wants you to shatter it.
All right,
Seems like-
give us a
Can
strength
I
Strength
use
roll.
a giant Pepsi bottle?
Sponsored by Diet Pepsi. All right, you want to make
Really?
a
We're sponsored by Diet
a
Obviously.
strength check to break that bottle open.
Okay.
Pepsi.
Okay. Strength. That is a whopping 12 again.
All right. So you
Ooh.
go up to one of the stone walls that are surrounding you, and with a mighty, you draw the bottle back and you hit it against the wall, and it makes a dull thump.
Can I try again?
Gale, you have been standing guard, and with your senses, you're able to hear. There seems to be a pair of three or four beings are approaching you.
We've got some people coming. I think we should take cover.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
do
step
that.
out the fire.
Okay.
I step out the fire.
Can I try and find something I can use
I
as
still
a
got a fire
spellcasting
stick.
focus?
Spellcasting focus. Yes, you're a druid.
I
Yeah,
just
sure.
need
Make
like a twig.
okay. Make a perception check.
Aries.
Wait, I didn't ask this before.
Uh,
Oh wait, Amy, go first.
Before.
Amy.
What do you mean before?
To find a
After
stick on the
before.
ground.
Okay, what'd you get?
I mean today.
I got an 11.
You're able to find a petrified pine cone that has been sitting out in the sun for 5 years, and you can feel a little trickle of magic still running through it.
I was wondering, I have a necklace. Did they take that
They took that,
with the
yes.
equipment? They did?
Mhm.
God damn it. Well, I got a bottle now.
Booyah. All right.
I also have
Love
a
to see it.
D&D related question, like, because I don't know actually entirely how this works. Can you do magic without an arcane focus?
I usually rule no, but since
I think you
Amy's
can, but you
using
need
one-
material components.
Yeah, but since Amy's
Oh.
using one, yeah, you'll need your material components for it. Please feel free to put that in the chat if we if you need it. Give us a give us a ruling. Anyway.
Johnny, don't invite them to rules lawyer us, please.
Don't rule.
It's fine. We'll just have Megan
You're
go
gonna-
through and ban them all out. No, I'm joking. Megan's
That's
gonna
how
take
we
that
weed out the ones
seriously.
we don't want. We ask people to do a rules lawyer.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Great.
you've been able to retrieve a few things, and I'll need you guys to make a stealth roll to go for cover.
Lit.
Do we get advantage or anything because I stamped out the fire?
No, but you won't get disadvantage because you
Maybe
stamped out the fire.
Maybe you guys, you go in a different direction than me because I got this thing.
21.
Burning stick.
Okay.
21.
Yeah, and I've got a bottle that isn't broken, but I could definitely bash it over someone's head.
What
If
kind
I
of roll
want.
did you say it was?
15.
A stealth check, please.
Sneaky sneaky.
Okay, what do you say it relies on being heard?
It would rely on being heard, or part of it would.
Okay, so I have advantage because of my neat boots.
You don't have your
Because of your
equipment.
boots?
We don't have.
Yeah,
any
you don't
of
have
our
your
stuff.
equipment.
They
We
didn't.
don't have any
You
of
don't
our
have any of your
Okay.
stuff.
They took the boots off of my feet.
Yeah, they took your shoes.
Oh, yeah,
Shoes
that's
are
true. I don't
important
know.
in the post-apocalypse.
Did they take my cool cloak of displacement then?
The only thing that you have are your plain clothes. They took your armor. They took anything except your
They
clothes.
took my boots.
They took your boots. They took the
I'm
shoes
really
off your
mad about
feet.
Well, at least they didn't take your goddamn arcane focus.
You will be cutting your feet on the ground with all the
Wait,
small
I
I
pebbles.
gotta
in
find
the
a way to get a
glass.
new one of those.
This is genuinely,
Stealth.
Johnny. I am so upset. With advantage, I got a natural 20. Without advantage, I rolled an 8.
We'll
So I
keep the
got a
well,
Okay, well, it's your fault
We'll
for
keep the
not
20.
for rolling with advantage before.
before it was declared, but it's
Okay.
fine. We'll,
Yeah, you
we'll
done
keep
messed
it.
up, AA Ron.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so
Okay.
you are able to quickly disguise yourselves under various pieces of collapsed masonry and pillars within the area. Maya, you're able to dive behind one of the old stalls, and you see peeking through a crack. You see 3 little lanky, very thin and lanky beings. The people that you saw before enter the square, and they all look at each other, wide-eyed, and you can see their faces drawn in a very strange smile. And one of them looks to the other, and it pulls out its a little horn and just. And there's excited giggling and laughter. The hunt is on! Glory be to the mouth, they've gone! And the three of them start fanning out, looking, just running around, looking under all sorts of things, trying to find you. So they will
whistle.
make a perception check. All right. So they're looking around. They're turning the place upside down. They are throwing themselves in a joyful frenzy to try to find you guys. And Maya, you see one of them come over to your stall, and you can see the metal claws on their arms. They have these kind of gauntlet claws, and it is prying open, crushing, cutting through the stone, and you see the face of the creature, a human face of a man, a very gaunt face, no fat on it, wild bug eyes, and blood, dried blood in some kind of tribal marking, and it's looking right into your eyes.
Hear me whistle?
No, I did not hear you whistle. Did you whistle?
I said I whistled. I said
Oh,
I
okay.
whistled
I didn't.
twice.
I'm sorry. I must have cut out. Okay. So you're gonna whistle?
That sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna
Um,
whistle.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. So you whistle, and you hear the three creatures starting to pad toward you, or not pad, but sprint towards you. They are making a beeline for your position.
So there's three of them. What about? And there's one looking at Maya.
No, the one looking at Maya has turned around and kind of abandoned that pursuit in exchange for a better one, and they are running towards you, making very
so
excited.
What is around me? What have I hidden under and stuff?
You have tucked yourself beneath a part of the ceiling, the half dome ceiling that has collapsed, and it's kind of a pile of rubble, and there's a small crawl space within that you have found yourself in.
Then I just push up on the rubble a little bit while they're running over to see how light it is.
Sure.
Just to test if I could push it over. So would I roll something for that, or is it
Yeah, make a strength check for me.
22.
Okay.
But I'm just testing it.
So you're not full forcing it. So you are able to, with minimal difficulty, you're able to lift it up. Though it would be a question of how long you could hold this piece up as you're trying to do anything with it.
Yeah. So just when they get closer to me, I'm just gonna try and push it over and crush one of them.
All right. So they have.
Johnny?
Yeah.
I hate to bring this up. Apparently, the face cams went black.
Fairly, the face cams went black. Yay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, I see it. I see the problem now.
We're doing a fantastic
We're doing a fantastic stream.
We are professionals.
It's all right. This will be.
Love to see
Oh, Jesus. So great. I'll have to fix that.
This is the only difficulties we'll ever have.
This is the only difficulty the Moth Company will ever experience. Okay.
Smooth
So,
sailing from here.
back to the game. We left off. You were trying to push over a piece of.
I'm crushing these homies.
Yes.
Crushing
Okay.
these homies.
So yeah, make a
your
strength
big
check
muscle.
to try to push it over.
Okay.
And before
Alright,
you do
big
that,
money,
is
big
anyone
money,
else gonna
no whammies.
plan anything else?
Yeah, big money, no
So we
whammies.
did establish I can't do any magic.
Yes, we did establish that you are unable to currently do magic.
But I can do magic.
Yes.
I'm just gonna keep kind of rolling this dice in my hands.
Yeah. It might be.
I'm gonna prep the bottle, and if anyone comes at me, I'm gonna
Okay. So you're
Bash
gonna
him with a
prepare an action to hit him with the bottle.
prepare an action.
Can I
Okay.
see the humans?
Yes, you can kind of see them from where you're hidden.
Are they dressed like drifters? Are they wearing the cloaks?
They're not dressed like drifters. They're dressed in dullish red kind of clothes. They are definitely piecemeal, but they are all dyed the same color. And
Oh,
one of them
believe it or not, I
actually,
think these
one
guys
of
are
them
some
is
kind of cultist.
one of them is wearing your shoes. Airden, one of them
I
is
sacrificed my fingers for those.
Airden, one of your
your what?
shoes is gone.
Oh, by the way, I have that black synthetic eye. Am I missing an eyeball?
Missing an eyeball. No, no.
I mean, it doesn't do anything.
No,
Okay,
they didn't
cool.
take your eye.
They just reached in there
Your
and
black
blacked it out.
Santa Claus, whatever
Okay.
these motherfuckers are up to.
Yeah, so you're not missing an eye.
All right. Is it time for me to roll my strength check?
Yeah, go for it.
Fucking enraged. They took my boots.
All right. 12.
All right. You're able to lift up the piece of masonry, and you are holding it over your head, and you cannot get it to fall over. You're just like you're
Right.
trying to push it, and it's just coming back in your direction. So we will see if they notice that.
like a full Sisyphus boulder thing.
Yeah, you just can't get it to go over. And one of them,
I've erected a small cover. I've erected some cover for myself.
and one of them looks over, and he is going to try to make a wild jump at you. You just hear, yeah, and he's going to try to jump at you.
Can we have that noise on repeat for the rest of our lives?
Oh,
please?
don't worry about it. That'll be clipped out. So you just see the claw. You just see a
No,
pair
we need
of.
that noise again.
You see a pair of metal claws punch their way through the masonry, but they miss your friend.
Okay, I'm gonna use my blood curse of the eyeless.
Okay.
Oh wait, did you say they miss?
Yeah, they missed. They didn't hit you.
Never mind.
But the person is just stuck in there, and the other two are going to try to go around you.
If you can tell me what they get before you say if they miss or attack, so that I can, because my blood curse of the eyeless is a reaction before
Okay.
I know if it hits or misses. But I have to know what it is.
Okay, you have to know if it hit. You just have to know what the number is.
Yeah, what the number is.
Okay, cool. I can do that. So, yes, you've seen the three creatures have approached Kato, and they have begun to engage him in some kind of what looks to be combat, but is probably a slaughter.
On which end?
One of them has stuck his claws into the sheet, the masonry piece that was Kato, that Kato was under, and the other two have started to move around him.
So they're gonna slaughter Kato, is what you're saying.
Well, I'm saying they're trying to. I don't. They will or they
Okay.
won't is up to.
Fantastic.
It's up to the team. It's up to the team effort of what happens.
How
Okay,
far
so this
away
guy's
did I?
pushed.
You're about 10 feet away.
How far
So
am
this
I?
guy pushed his hands through. So are his hands just kind of like
These claws are about a
moving
foot,
around?
protruding a foot in front of their hands.
Okay, great.
Rough, bud.
Looking for something I
Wolverine
can use
looking
as a weapon.
ass.
Okay,
I got a 19.
you're able to find some kind of one of the wooden poles that you were previously on has fallen over, and you're able to pick it up and kind of use it as a ramshackle quarterstaff.
I'd like to go up behind the person with that's
With the
gonna try
bottle?
and attack him with the bottle. With the
Okay.
bottle. We're going bonk.
Bottle gang.
Hit him with the.
Come on,
Okay,
boss.
yeah. Roll for an attack, please.
Full on bonk.
Wait, so which guy is that? The one stuck in the stone or one of the other guys?
One of the other guys.
I got the guy in the stone. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I know you got the guy in the stone. I'm gonna bonk the other one.
Airden, you are looking right at the figure that is wearing your boots.
You want to know how good of a job I did at bonking?
How good?
This many.
I can't see. Please tell me the
It's a
number.
2.
That
It's
is
a
not going to hit.
2.
All right.
Really, a 2 isn't gonna hit?
No. In your glee to save your new friend, you pick up the bottle and kind of swing it to the side, and completely go wide of the creature. So that is that has noticed you are there. And
Great. I'll bonk it later.
Okay.
I'll bonk it later,
So
and I'll bonk
what's-
it better.
Johnny, give me a level with me, J-Man.
What's
What's
up,
going on
N-Dog?
with these claw things? I'm like inches away from this guy.
Yeah.
What is it?
Are they like
Could
Wolverine
I-
claws? Or are they like
Yeah,
fingernails?
are they like Wolverine claws, or are they fully attached to their hand?
They seem
Oh,
to be
fingernails.
like arm gauntlets. So they have created these kind of arm gauntlets, and they are now wearing them.
So they're not fingernails.
They're not fingernails. They're not genetic as
Acrylic
far as you
nails
can tell.
to the max.
Okay, great.
They're a
turn is
foot
it?
long.
Can
We
I
did.
do something? Can I do
Airden,
something
do you have
real
anything
sexy?
to? You have anything to do?
Yeah.
Duty.
I would like to turn into a wolf.
Okay.
Nice. You love
To the
you
furry
love to see
crowd.
him
To the
turn
furry
into a
crowd
wolf.
out there.
Shout out to the furry crowd.
I want
Checking
to jump
that.
at the guy who has my boots on.
Okay. So you've turned into a
love you.
wolf, and you are jumping at the guy who has your boots on. Please make an attack roll for me.
I know you know where I live, but you know what?
Hey,
I
we're trying to play serious
You
D&D.
can't
Yeah,
reply to the
it's
chat
right.
in the stream.
don't test me.
That's a
Respond
19.
to the
All right,
chat
that will
in the
hit.
stream.
Thank
We'll
you.
try before I use
Okay. He also has to make a DC 11 strength saving throw.
Let's make a DC 11 strength saving throw.
it. A DC
Well,
11
how's a
strength
DC?
saving throw.
How does a 19 sound? Greater.
All of him except for
That's a
his
success, but he does
Just take the
take 7
boots.
damage.
Okay, but he does take 7 damage. Okay. So you see, you have
Yes.
torn into this creature, this man's shoulder, and you hear what a mix between a laugh and a howl as blood begins to stream out of this person.
These people do not seem like they are okay.
And
I
you
think they need a therapist.
Yeah, no shit. I think they're pretty obviously crazy.
And you can, you Maya, hear that there seem to be more footsteps approaching.
Oh no.
We should get out of here.
All right, Maya, it is your turn.
All right. I am
And then,
going
Kato, don't worry, I didn't forget about you.
to... So
I wanna.
all of them have these arm guards?
Yes, they all have these arm gauntlets.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the third one
Okay.
attacking
Yep.
Kato, and I will smack him with my makeshift quarterstaff.
Get him with a quarterstaff. All right, make an attack check for me, will you?
That's an 11.
That will hit.
All right. 1 damage.
Okay.
Whoa!
Wow.
Pop
All right.
Pop off.
And
20.
you, with the 1 damage, you hit the person in the ribs, and you see this creature. It goes and it hits a wall, and you see one of the gauntlets slides off.
To get it.
So one of its gauntlets is lying on the ground, and it is kind of arched its back, and it's up on all fours, and it's starting to pad toward you. And that will pass turn to Kato.
Okay, this guy has his arm reached in. I'm gonna put brother grip him. So put my hand on his wrist and just rip his gauntlet off and try to stab it.
Sure,
God, am I
sure,
right?
sure. It sounds good.
Okay, so is it what do I roll to rip this guy's gauntlet off?
Just give me a blanket attack check.
Okay.
And add your strength to it because you are.
Okay. Proficiency? 2?
Yes.
Okay. 14.
Okay. So you are able to tear the gauntlet off of this skinny limb that is sticking through the rubble, and you are stabbing the person to your right?
Yes, to my right.
Okay. So that would be the person that that Maya has already knocked sideways, and you quickly thrust the claw through his shoulder, piercing the skin, and you can actually see it pop out of the other side, glistening in this person's blood. It is 2d4 damage. You may roll it.
2d4. Great.
2d4. 2d4.
3.
It's not 1. 2.
6 damage.
All right. Quickly pulling it out, you get a quick spurt of
I'm
his
gonna
blood,
put it on
and
my
the
phone.
body collapses limp on the ground. And the blood begins to pool. The only
on my
liquid you
hand.
have seen
Flaming
in the
stick
last
and-
couple of days.
Wolverine claw.
Yes. All right. So we have one left,
Cool.
and this guy is not backing down. The one that is stuck in the masonry. You see his arms begin to pull out, and he's just trying to kind of level. Maya, those footsteps are definitely getting closer.
We gotta get out of here.
Okay. I second.
There's
I
more on
agree.
my way. We don't have weapons besides what we grabbed.
Yeah,
Is the
Airden
guy
is
with
Isn't
still.
that camp to the west? We could try and find our weapons.
Airden, you were
Is the
saying.
guy with my boots knocked out?
He's on the ground, but you could see him starting to get up.
Okay, great. I'm gonna go over to him with my flaming stick, turn it upside down, and jam the flaming stick.
Okay, give him the coup de grace. All right, yeah, roll for it.
Yeah. Do I get advantage because he's prone, right?
Yes, you'll get advantage because he's knocked prone.
Well, that's great. That's a 7 and a 5. So 13 to hit.
Okay, so taking your sharpened and flaming stick, you jam it down right into this person's open mouth, and you hear a.
His butthole.
Oh, his what? What? That's what you're doing?
Oh, is he facing towards me?
Well, he was
Or
prone.
is he facing up or down?
He's facing up.
Okay, then I'll jam it down his pee hole. Jam it right in his crotch.
Oh God. Okay. Well.
Oh, that is
Well.
that is
after
beyond
the
brutal.
after the burning and evisceration of this person's nether regions, it is clear to see that they are dead. And you are left.
Hey, I turned back into it. I turn back into a person and I take my fucking boots back.
All right, you have your boots back, Airden.
Thank you.
Though you do see they are stained
Okay, we
now.
are not all monsters. It is just Michael.
Airden, you do see though now that the boots have been stained with like blood, new blood stains on your nice boots. All right, so what are you guys doing? Are you running into the city?
I vote
Oh,
we
he's
run
flipping
in the
stick
direction
behind
of the
us.
camp.
I'm gonna try to grab one of the gauntlets on my way
Yeah,
out.
gauntlet gang.
Okay. Yeah, just make a quick dexterity throw to see if you can scoop it up as you're running.
16.
Okay. So are you running toward? Which direction are you
Yeah, I
running in?
think let's run towards them and then hide when we get close so that they go past us.
Yeah, That's a good plan.
Yeah.
There is an attempt.
I think that's a good plan.
Hi, Jacob.
Okay, so you're going away and you're gonna come back around? Okay, so you want to stay in this general vicinity.
Mhm.
All right, got it. So you.
We want our stuff, Johnny. We want our stuff.
That's a fair point. I took all your stuff away. So Maya, what did you get for scooping up that piece of lovely equipment?
16.
Okay. Running by, you nick your fingers on the ramshackle nature of the weapon, but you are able to pick up the scrap claw. And we'll give you guys a quick check. All right. So, you're running into the dust-covered streets, weaving through large buildings and other things. Large buildings and various shops and stuff like that. You're still in kind of a commercial area. I want you all to make a history check to see if you know where you are.
I
Right.
freaking love history.
21.
Okay.
I got a 1.
12.
2.
You know what, Airden? What matters? You got your shoes back.
You got your
I got
shoes.
2. So
Someone might have been
Sorry,
stabbed in the
a
crotch
4.
for them, but you got your shoes.
You got your shoes.
2 failed, but does a 4 succeed?
No.
I think a 4 succeeds, right?
Does a 12 succeed?
Well, we know who knows the most, so I will tell them that.
Oh.
So, Maya, judging by all of what you've read and where you were going, and a couple of maps that you've looked at over time, you believe you're in the city of Brzeg, your overall goal, though it is not the way you envisioned it.
Interesting.
It is a winding, weaving honeycomb of buildings, houses, what were houses, rubble, ruin, various other ways to say wreckage, and just all around good time. And turning it onto a dust-covered street, the light pierces your eyes and is being amplified. It is bouncing off a mat of bleached bone about 40 feet long. Rib
Ooh.
cages, pelvises, humeruses, they've all been fused together, and they are carpeting the street in a stark
Oh,
white
God.
mat.
Neat.
Well,
I don't know about you, Irani, but this is where we were headed, so this is great for
sounds
us.
great.
You were headed to a pile of bones?
I mean, not to this specific pile of bones, just to Zeg in general.
Just to a pile of bones.
Just
Well,
Just
we
to a
made it to
pile of
Brzeg.
bones.
Yeah, so you guys are standing in front of a very, very large pile of bones. And
We
it
still
is.
hear the footsteps
Welcome to the road.
coming.
Do you want to make a? You want to make an perception check to see if you do?
I sure would like to.
Okay.
can I also do that?
8.
Of course you may.
8.
Yeah.
I got a 27.
Holy shit.
I didn't get a 27, but I think I got a.
Amy is
Well, I
using a
got an 8,
D100.
so
Okay, so
yeah,
um,
I got an 8. So
Eridan
I got
is-
a 19.
all right, Eridan, you are listening for the footsteps, and you do hear them. They are behind you, but they're a little lighter. And also you hear a rustling within the bone mat in front of you.
Swimming in the bones.
Yeah, I would like to check that out.
Yeah, sure. Make
Oh.
another perception check, or
maybe
make a
don't check the bone mat.
maybe check
Do
whatever.
not.
What are you doing? Are you walking into the bone
It's
mat?
too
or
late.
are
I'm
you...
checking the bone mat.
Don't. Not
All
that.
Yeah, I'm
right.
just gonna go for it.
All right.
Of
So
course.
you are
You
wading
know
into the
what
pile of
I
What
bones,
was last time?
and
know what
you feel
did.
something moving around you. And right as you realize that there is some kind of perverse snake within the pile of bones,
Wait,
it's-
who? Who? To
it-
clarify.
Eridan is wading into the pile of bones.
Me, the person in the bones.
Okay,
it's-
making sure. I'm like, I'm not into bones. I'm not
It-
going into
you
bones.
see a fountain of bone pop up from where you
Ooh.
are as
Is
things
she
are.
within 30 feet of me?
No, she is waited. Eridan has waited further. into
Okay,
the door.
I'm gonna start running
And
once
it's
I hear.
this creature snaps out and begins to twist around you, Eridan, and it's keeping you
I
within
use my
its
reaction
grasp.
to do curse of the eyeless.
Sure.
Subtract 1d4 from its attack roll. Was that
Okay.
an attack roll?
Bones,
That was an attack roll, but it's
Is
still
that an
gonna hit
attack roll?
anyway.
bones.
Really?
You said 1d4 or
Okay.
4.
Yeah, I subtracted 3 from it.
Okay, yeah, that's still gonna hit.
Subtract 3 from it. Ah, dang.
Got a +6 to hit.
Well, on the bright side, blood's not pouring out of its eyes.
No,
not
but it
pouring
is
out
it
of
is
its
this
eyes,
it
so-
is this
Oh,
tiny
thanks.
like
That makes the situation much less scary for me.
it is this small.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Much less scary.
So
Blood
what you
pouring out
guys
of the eyes.
what you guys see is it is this thin, wiry thing that has come out, and it is plated like with armor. It's just got bones sticking out at odd angles, like it is fused or grown with the bones on it.
It's bones.
And it
Oh,
is stretching
also
about
like to-
10 feet into the air. So, Eridan, I'm gonna
Johnny,
need
I'd
a.
also, Johnny, I'd also like to amplify it. So I take 4 damage and 1d4 subtracted from all of its attack rolls until the beginning of my next turn.
Okay, that's fine. So, Eridan, I'm going to. It is constricting you. Awesome. You're gonna take no
Oh,
damage,
and
but
that's
I
what
will
do,
need
right?
you to
Maybe
make.
I shouldn't have walked into the pile of bones.
You're going to take no
Sorry.
damage.
I think that perhaps that made a mistake. Well,
So-
that's nice.
You are in its grasp. You will take no damage, but I'm going to need you to make a dex saving throw.
Are you gonna roll the 1d4s or do you want me to?
I already did.
Okay, great.
I got a 17.
Okay. You're able to wiggle free of its grasp and slip down its bony torso, and you fall. You fall and you collapse into a pile of other people's bones, and the snake is over top of you, just bearing down on you,
Yay!
hissing at you.
Okay.
Do you guys want to roll
Bone.
initiative, or do you want to run away? Or-
Hell yeah.
yeah, just roll initiative. We'll,
I vote we.
we'll give it
I mean,
away
Okay.
anyway.
I guess
do
we
I
can
have
run
an option?
away.
Can I run away from this?
Yeah, just make an initiative check
I mean,
first.
the rest of you can. Can I?
Yeah, considering you're free, but you are just
Considering the fact all I can do is bottle, I
yeah.
would
Roll
like to-
initiative first.
Okay.
That was my mistake.
Not 20.
I
Okay.
got a 17.
So,
Also
23.
17.
Okay. It doesn't have any bonuses.
Also a 17.
Okay, great. So you guys are
Wow.
all going to go first.
Wow.
So I
Man.
assume the group decision is to run away, but Maya, it is your turn.
Yeah.
Alright,
I
so
shot with left.
how deep into this pile is Erden?
Eridan's about 35 feet into the bone pile, just about to the other side.
Okay, well, I think I'm gonna attach the gauntlet to my arm.
Okay,
I
so
have
you
a
are now
bone
you've more or less snugly attached the gauntlet to your arm.
pile. I'm going to back away and basically just make as much noise as I can. To
Okay,
get this thing away
from
from
Eridan.
That's
Erden.
my
Wow.
move.
That's heroic. Roll a performance check
Hey,
for me,
that's
please.
my move.
Wow, actually being a decent person? Who knew?
16.
Mhm.
With a solid +0.
All right. So yes, the large bone snake it turns its face, and you can see its fangs being born at you, and it begins to come your direction.
What have I done?
Okay. So that's Maya's turn. We'll pass turn to Eridan. Eridan, the large snake has now turned away from you, and it is looking at. It is approaching Maya.
What do you say the bones are
Right.
unsecured?
Some of them are
don't like
loose.
it.
Other ones have grown on, like it is melded with it.
Thunderwave.
Okay.
Are
Nice.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Make an attack check against them.
bones?
The snake
God,
has to make
leave
a Constitution
that
saving
Hotel
throw.
Trivago.
Okay. What's the DC to hit?
The DC is 14.
Well, I got a grand 4 for the snake, so it fails.
Woo!
Okay. Okay, so it takes 10 damage.
All right.
And is pushed 10 feet away from me. And also every unsecured object is pushed 10 feet away from me.
Okay, so you have cleared this bone pile. You've essentially like.
But also it does. There's some negatives here. It emits a thunderous boom audible out to 300 feet.
Okay. Well.
You just told them all.
Woo!
So yes, you have
Well,
pushed the
maybe,
snake away. You
the
have opened up part of the street.
spread of the bone snake.
And yeah, the bone snake
Wow.
has been knocked aside. It is so the way that you guys are is you've got Eridan right about toward the end of the bone pile, and you've got the rest of the team is kind of spread out near the front, and the snake has been pushed into a nearby wall because the street is kind of running down, so there were retaining gardens on either side, and it's been pushed into a nearby wall, and we'll see if it gets stunned actually. Oh no, it's not stunned, but you might have a way free, so that will pass turn to Urani.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take my legs and I'm gonna run.
All right. Yes. Make an athletics check to move your tiny little legs as fast as they can carry you.
Okay, I'm not that short.
Move your tiny little legs anyway. Come on. Please. Sorry.
Natural 20.
All right.
My
I'm
legs
gonna-
are not that tiny.
In post, I'm gonna get a clip of this where I have the Scooby-Doo running noise over this part. So anyway, Urani, you are sprinting down the street as fast as you can. You blow right through the bone pile, and you are clear on the other side of it.
Yay! Not getting caught today.
All right, Kato, it is your turn now.
Okay, I'd like to rip off the bottom of one of the legs of my pants. Just rip it off and place it on the ground. So in the other direction, and then run where Irani's going.
Ah, okay. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, make an athletics check for me, will you?
15.
All right. You're able to get through the pile of bone with minimal difficulty, though you do almost trip on someone's rib cage. But you are able to stream out, and a pelvis is stuck on your leg. You've got your foot in it, and you're kind of
Right.
running along with this pelvis. Your
Well,
foot
this
stuck in
pelvis
this
goes
pelvis.
with me now. Fine.
That will
works
pass
with your
turn to
aesthetic.
the very large worm. Or not worm, snake. It's a very large snake. Just bone worm.
Wormy
bones.
boy.
It is going to attempt to attack Erden. It's gonna
I
it's
thought I was
gonna.
going for Maya.
It was, but Maya ran
Thunder
away.
Wave.
We all ran past it, huh?
And Erden, you see the bony underbelly of the snake snap over your head as it tries to bite your body, and you're kind of like you're on the ground and you just see it go right over, cast a quick shadow over your head, and it is retracted. That is its turn, and that will pass turn to... Well, Maya's gone. Maya, are you disengaging from combat?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm gonna stay in the
What?
general area to make sure everyone is clear.
Okay. So it is your turn then.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go in the same direction as Kato and Irani.
All right. So you're able to make it about halfway through the bone pile. You are right in front of where Erden was just attacked, but Erden is clear. Do you want to make an attack attempt, or are you just going to pass your turn?
I think I will action surge to move again.
Okay. So yes, you are clear of the bone pile, and only Erden remains in the pile. So we will go to
Get-
them.
Get out of the bones.
Out of the
Hi.
bones.
Out of the
Son
bones.
out of the
Child
bones.
is
Mom says it's
dangerous.
my turn on the bones.
It's my turn. All right, roll an athletics check for me to get out of the bones.
Okay. This is not my strong suit.
Mom said it's my turn with the bones.
Just say anything and it won't be funny, but we'll think it's funny.
No one will
I got a
laugh except
4.
us.
Next caption on the Instagram. Mom says it's my turn on the bone pile.
Yeah, look at what you guys could have missed if you weren't watching this terrible stream. Yes, so you trip and fall. You are running
Beautifully
through,
terrible
and
stream.
it is like a ball pit of bones, and you trip and fall on one of the bones. So you have been knocked prone, but you are able to get up. You are right near the end of the pile, and you can kind of see
Okay.
through the mess of bones. There are some figures coming down the street.
Can I hide in the bones?
Yeah, sure. Roll a stealth check to hide in the bones.
Put
I
part.
want to kind of like roll sideways into the bones.
Cover yourself with
No,
some
no,
bones,
no.
scrapes
Let's
of
let
bones
her
over
hide
time.
in the bones.
How can this go wrong? How
Let this
can
druid
this
hide in
still
the
go
bones.
wrong?
Okay.
I got a 22.
All right. So you've covered yourself over with some bones, just like the drifters
Like
taught,
the snake
just
knows
like your
where you
family
are.
taught you
I've
to
seen you.
cover yourself with some bones. Kato and Urani, are you guys disengaging from combat?
I am disengaging from combat, and I'm gonna try and see if I can actually find where they would possibly keep our stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be great to do.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know
Don't
what?
worry about me. I'm very well concealed in the
We're
pile.
gonna need that.
Yeah.
We're gonna need
Just
it.
come back for.
Make
Just come back for me later. I'm gonna like take a nap.
a history check.
I'll
Make a history
help
check.
her.
I
Yeah.
dive into the bones like Scrooge
I'll
McDuck.
help her.
So does that mean I get advantage, or does that mean we just both roll?
Yes.
Yeah, you both.
get advantage.
Yeah, you'll get advantage.
17. 16.
30.
Well, we're gonna go. Wait. I have to add the thing. It's history.
History.
That I believe that's a 19.
Okay. You, based on the other tribes you've seen of these kind of people, and the other prisoners that actually got brought in when you were, you'd guess that they probably took their stuff, your stuff, back to their lair.
My stuff or all of our stuff?
Well, your being all of you, so yes.
Being sure.
Yeah, so your stuff probably took back to their lair, which you can only assume is up the hill, the way that you were coming.
All right.
All
the way we were
right.
going anyways?
Yeah, so that is Kato
great,
and
that's
Urani. Aridin were already hidden themselves in the bones. Big ass snake. So the bone snake has not been able to spot you, and you are now, Aridin. It is now your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna turn into a lizard and I'm gonna run out of the bones.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Is
So
this the right-
have you guys been able to? You've been able to disengage from combat, all of you, and you are safely away from the bone snake, and probably the
Woo!
people who were coming that way
Yeah.
after being alerted.
Yeah,
by them.
now they're gonna have to fight a bone snake.
Hey, nothing like a little bit of suffering for
I mean,
that sweet.
it's possible it might be on the side of the.
Oh, okay. I need to roll the correct.
You think they
dice.
tamed a bone snake? No. They just. How do you think it gets bones?
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, yesterday I met a girl that turns into a baboon, and today a lizard. So
Anything
I was saying that
possible.
out of character. I feel like that should be
Lizard and
stated.
sometimes a baboon.
That's a lizard also. Also a lizard and a baboon. Okay. So you guys have starting working your way through side streets to turn around and head back the direction that you've went. And as you turn the corner, the scent of charred flesh greets you. And you can see a small pile of bodies
Oh.
aflame in an old courtyard.
Is this where the bones come from?
Is this city just a
Essentially.
bone factory?
The flames are still alive, but they have died down a bit.
Every city
And
has a bone
What
factory.
nearby,
is life
you can
if not
see,
a bone factory?
and nearby there is a stark
Sorry,
white banner that has been placed in the ground, and it is just flying there.
I
As-
am rolling to see what that
Oh,
thing is.
I'm gonna roll perception to see if there are any people around.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll history to see what that flag is.
People or signs of
Okay.
people?
Also roll history.
Okay.
That's a 12.
Like just to see if there are like cultists or whatever
Okay.
that are here. But I rolled a 10.
You don't see anyone nearby, though you do see a pile of metal claws that has been kind of like piled up off to the side. And you can see many of them have been hammered or kind of dulled. They've just been made into this lump of just stuff. So what did you get for the history roll, Urani?
I got a 12.
Okay. Urani, you have seen this banner once or twice before, though you can't place it with any particular group of people. You've only seen it after they've been there. You've never seen these people as...
Surrender flag.
What? Good, important question. What typically is that aftermath?
That typically aftermath is some kind of scene of ashes, destroyed, what were settlements but have been destroyed, or various other kind of omens of destruction. Things that have popped up and have been destroyed, or there are ashes, but never bodies. So this is the first time. This is the first time you've seen the bodies being destroyed.
Uh,
Oh,
All right, so that's been exciting.
and I don't know a name or anything. Just
You don't know a name. You've seen these people before. You've
I'll
seen.
see if I can remember what this.
Yeah, sure.
14.
You think this has been attached to a group you've been taking notes on
Oh,
called the Revisionists. But again, you don't know much more about them other than you've only seen this kind of like you've this white banner and the destruction and the left behind of like their stuff.
Hmm.
So you've never seen them in person. All right, you guys gonna keep rolling?
Yeah, we need our stuff.
Yeah.
We need our stuff.
Trying
Just
to
in mind.
decide on whether or not to rip up this flag
Don't.
because
We should probably, leave only footprints.
What if we all just stepped on the flag because it's a pure white flag? Then we put it back up, so like it's no longer a pure white flag. Like we ruined it, but like.
We also left only footprints.
Mhm.
we gotta get going. My thing was to not let other people know that the revisionists were here, but I guess we're all right. Let's go.
What?
I don't know. It was dumb.
All right.
You want to tell us something, Michael?
Turning your heads, you see a figure dressed in royal
Oh.
blue that is just kind of like gliding down the street, not flying, and they're not above the ground. They're just on the ground, walking down the street. It seems to be going very slowly, and you see its hood, and it's looking up toward a very large building that is off to your west. That you know, Maya, to be the Grand Library, the whole reason you came to Brzeg.
What's in the Grand Library?
We need to get to that building. Count
Why do we need to get to that building?
Cover and
unknown
Like-
amount of knowledge
Okay.
is stored in that building. And I need to get my hands on.